Hey guys, I'm just going to do an example problem for dividing with decimals. I know I sent out some videos yesterday, but I just want to touch base with you real quick. So I also made an entire sheet of kind of like our rules for we have adding and subtracting, multiplication, and then division, all with decimals. So I'm going to start with dividing because this is the one we haven't really talked about yet. So for dividing, our kind of little saying can be bring it up. That's what I think of. I just bring up a decimal wherever it is, and then I can just completely solve the problem like I normally would. And I actually kind of think of little places right here. Like this has a digit, so I'm going to need a digit here, right here, right here, and right here. That way I know I don't get mixed up. I know I need 2 digits here, and then I have my decimal, and then the rest of the digits can go here. Yeah, so we solve like normal. 5 goes into 2 0 times, right? 5 times 0 is 0. Take that away. It'll be 2. Bring down the 1. So now we can see 5 goes into 21 4 times, right? 4 times 5 is 20. That'll be 21 minus 20 is 1. Bring down that 6. 5 goes into 16 3 times, right? And see how I know my next digit goes past the decimal. Doesn't change anything I'm doing, just goes right there. So 3 times 5 would be 15. 1. Now I'm at 18. As we can see, it starts repeating. 5 goes into 18 just 3 times, right? So as it starts repeating, we can always add zeros to the end, because remember, zeros on the end doesn't add value. But we would see it just kind of keeps repeating. So, and if the problem normally just asks us for 2 places anyway, so our answer could be 4.33. I'll let you pause right there if you need to. So again, our saying for decimals is just kind of bring it straight up. However you set up your problem, just bring it straight up and know if there are 2 digits right here, then you need 2 digits in your answer, even if one of those is a 0. That way you don't get mixed up. Make sure there's at least digits where there are in the problem. There's 2 here, so I brought up 1, 2. Then I had brought up my decimal, then I brought up, I know we needed 2 digits right there at least. Just like in problem C, this one had a 0 in it, so I just want to show you how to set up this problem. For page 10 C, if this was your problem right here, I would set it up the same way, even though there's not a whole number right there. I either leave off that 0 if I wanted to and just keep the decimal, or do it exactly like the problem, and again I would bring it straight up. Have digit, digit, digit. So even if that number right there is a 0, that's totally fine. Just know where things go so you don't get mixed up. So that is our saying for decimals. Just kind of bring it straight up, I like to think. And then as a review, I did an entire page of everything. I'm going to focus it and let you guys pause if you want to. I said kind of our saying and then an example problem. Okay, so for adding and subtracting, we learned our kind of saying is line up the problem. So for adding and subtracting, we have to line up those decimals. So you can see I just had 0.26 plus 1.35. So that 26, I added a 0.26. So I'm completely lining up my decimals for the 1.3, put the decimal straight under the decimal, and then added my other digits. So it completely lines up and doesn't change the value of my numbers. 0.26 plus 1.35, and then solve the problem just as I normally would. Just bring in those decimals, bring down that decimal. For multiplication, our saying is wait till the end. So whatever the problem is, if there's a 0, you can hang it off on the end like you always do. I see you guys do this all the time. Or if it's a number without a 0, you would solve it completely like normal. You can see I set this up as if this kind of was a whole number, 32. And I got 1,600, And then I know that I wait till the end and I kind of see, okay, in my problem there's only one decimal place, so I go over one place, and that's where my decimal would be, which is the same as 160. So 160 would be my answer for that. Right? So multiplication is kind of, I think one of the easier ones, as long as you don't forget to go back till the end. So just set it up as if these both were whole numbers, then go back and see how many places you need to move your decimal. This one's only one. And then for dividing, you set up your problem and just bring it up completely. So I'll let you guys pause that if you want to again. Focus it. Okay. I know there are a lot, like I sent out a video yesterday kind of like the powers of 10. It's kind of like problems like this where you can just move the decimal. You know, those are great practice and kind of a shortcut, but it's called a shortcut for a reason. So if that confuses you, I would go back and watch that video again. Also, you can always just solve it the way you normally do with any other answer. So I hope this helps and just kind of brings adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division kind of together. I think those little sayings can be helpful. We definitely would have done this on our big graph chart in class. So I hope this helps you guys, and happy Wednesday. And I hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.